Guys, how's it going? Once again, I'm doing a review on the 2017 Mazda 6. Now, for 2017, they made quite a few changes to the Mazda 6, of course, which I will go over in this video. Now, to start off with the 17, the exterior is going to look basically the same, almost exactly the same actually, and it is a phenomenal exterior design. Just the way the slopes go across the wheel arches right there, just the whole front, and it's a very expensive looking car. I've always loved the Mazda 6. This is probably my #1 favorite car that Mazda makes right now. And so for the exterior of this color, this is going to be called Sonic Silver Metallic. It is a very beautiful silver. I'm not really a big silver fan, but once again, if you come right here to the paint, you can really see how great that color looks, even just right here on the mirror caps. It is a gorgeous color. So this is going to be the top of the line. Now for 2017, they added a new trim package. It's called the Grand Touring Premium, which this is going to have. Now with the Grand Touring Premium, you do get a few exterior cues, some of which is going to be things like the gray wheels right here, which have a very nice coat on them. Let me see if I can get a close-up. These are the wheels that come with the Grand Touring on the Mazda 6. They're great wheels. You get design cues like this little chrome finish right here at the bottom right here. You're going to get a little bit thicker of a grille, which comes with an LED accent lighting, so at night there's a light right in here and it kind of lights up all along the grille, and it just makes this car look kind of like a Lexus. It's just absolutely amazing. You get full LED lights up front, and then you're going to get things like your radar cruise control, all of which I will go over in just a moment. So for every Mazda, you do have your Mazda key, which is going to be this key right here. Now with every Mazda key, you're going to have like your lock, your unlock, your trunk button, and then your emergency right here. Now on the back, you have a little tab that you can pull right here, and then that will reveal the key. That way you can get in and out of the car if the battery on this were to die, or if the battery on the car were to die. So I'm going to go ahead and unlock the car. There's multiple ways you can get in the car. Since this is Grand Touring, you do have keyless start, so you can hit this button. The one beep will unlock. The one beep will lock. 2 beeps will unlock the door. Now this is going to be our black Nappa leather interior. This has a very phenomenal looking interior. As you can see, you have some really nice contrast here along the door. You kind of have stitching everywhere, Bose sound system. Now the seats themselves, they have a really nice kind of piping that goes right along here. You can see the Nappa leather looks absolutely incredible, with the perforations going right down the middle, if you can see it. There we go. Awesome. So the interior of the Mazda 6 is definitely a high point. You have your full leather wrap steering wheel right here, which has like a nice chunky grip up top, which I really like. And for this specific trim level, you have this real nice stitching that goes all along the steering wheel, kind of right here. There we go. You can kind of see that going all along. The wheel is going to look a lot different from 2016. This is the same steering wheel that was taken out of the brand new CX-9. You have your really nice aluminum trim right here, your aluminum accents right here, of course your chrome bezel right around here and over here as well. Like I said, real nice quality leather. It's got a great grain to it. Now every vehicle is going to be push start, so all you do is put your foot on the brake. This light is going to illuminate green. Once that illuminates green, go ahead and push it. It starts up your vehicle. You do have your heads-up display, which comes up right here. I think that is a very useful feature. The heads-up display is just really good. It shows you a ton of information in there. Things like your speed. It shows you your navigation route, so if you need to go left or right. It shows you if there's people in your blind spot, because this does have blind spot monitoring. It'll also show you your radar cruise control and all kinds of information. It's very helpful. So to start off with the interior, just a cool little fact, there's a line that goes all right through here, and this line actually kind of echoes the line that's going to be outside on the front of the Mazda 6. Just a cool little fact. So for the door over here, you do have automatic windows up and down, so of course just one touch down and one touch up. So for 2017, they added a bunch of sound deadening, and you can definitely see that here in the windows. You actually have double pane windows, which I hope I can see this. You can kind of see it, but there are double pane windows here in the door, which is a real nice technique as far as reducing interior noise, and they put more sound deadening in the floors and in the doors as well for 2017. One of the biggest things they did for 2017 was something called GVectoring. Now what GVectoring is, it's very hard for me to explain, so I am going to add a link in the description kind of going over it. But basically what GVectoring does is whenever you are driving, little inputs as far as, let's say if you're driving straight onto a road and you just make those little adjustments kind of like this when you're driving straight, GVectoring kind of eliminates that completely. That way you can just basically hold the steering wheel straight and it will just go straight. Now it gets really interesting whenever you're turning in a corner. So what it does, it'll actually slightly reduce torque to pitch the car forward, therefore putting more grip onto the front tires. And what that does is it increases the contact patch of the tires. That way when you turn in, you have a lot more grip into the car, and as you add throttle, the system will actually sort of torque vector as you're going into the corner, but it's G-vectoring, so it actually distributes G forces instead of using the brakes to help you turn harder into a corner. It's very interesting, but like I said, if you want a better explanation of it, I did include the link in my description. So, I'm sorry, to continue on with the interior, you do have your leather wrap steering wheel. Now you are going to have your buttons here, like your voice commands, your info button, of course your previous next, your phone commands, and your volume controls. Over here, this does have radar cruise control. So what radar cruise control does is this will keep a set distance away from the car in front of you. So it's great on long distance trips. Let's say if you're driving a state away, it reduces the need to hit the brakes and then put the cruise control on again and then set it. What it'll do, it'll apply the brake for you. Once the car gets out of the way, it'll resume the speed that you had previously set. Now you can choose different car lengths. So for example, let me kind of show you how this will work. So if you look in the screen here, I'm going to toggle through the info screen. Now with this screen set up, I wonder if it will show it on here for me. Doesn't look like. Here we go. So you can see let me get a little bit closer. You can see 4 boxes right there. Now that means that is 4 car lengths behind the car in front of you. You can reduce that down to 3 car lengths, 2 car lengths, or 1 car length away, and the car will keep that set distance of speed. Now the little lines you see on the side, that is going to be your lane keep assist. Now what lane keep assist does, it will actually use a little bit of torque, and once that lane lights up white, it means the system is ready to go. And so what it'll do is once you get out of your lane, it'll actually apply torque to turn the steering wheel and put you back into your lane. Now that can be turned off. You can also power through that, so all you do is barely nudge against that and it'll automatically cancel it, and it automatically cancels whenever your blinkers are on, because obviously the system knows that you are intentionally trying to change lanes. Now on this screen you're also going to have things like your fuel, which is all digital, your temperature readout, how many miles are on the car. Your speedometer is going to be right here in the middle, of course with your tack over here to the left, which shows you your gears, so park, reverse, which in reverse you do have your backup camera that does come up. You can hit this little cog right here to adjust all the contrast and make it to your liking, and once you put it back in park or drive, it goes right away. So that's kind of going to be it right here. Of course your blinkers and everything are going to be right here with your automatic headlights. You do have automatic rain sensing wipers, which you put it on auto here, and then once it detects water hitting one of these sensors right here, it'll automatically kind of do its thing. And you of course have your settings for the automatic, which you can adjust how fast it goes and all that good stuff. So to go right here to the middle stack, this is a very quality interior. I love the Mazda 6. Hopefully I want to get one day. You're going to start with your screen, which is always up, but it is very kind of nicely cradled into this center console right here. Now for this trim, which is the GT Premium, you do have this real nice kind of aluminum, which is going all across here. It's got a very nice brush look to it, if you can see it. Little chrome accents around here, chrome accents around the button. It's a very, very nice interior. You're going to have things like your heated steering wheel, which is going to be right here. Heated seats on both sides, though not ventilated seats, unfortunately. You do have your dual zone climate control, which is going to be right there, which you can adjust, of course, the different temperatures on each side, and then your button to turn it completely off. Your storage space back here, which I have the key kind of just sitting back here, but you also have a little charging outlet, if you can see it, a little 12 volt. Your CD player, which is nicely integrated in the bottom, so if you still like to kick it optical, you have that option still. Your gear shift lever with your nice aluminum accents, your kind of nice padding, your leather right here. Your sport mode, which I will talk about in just a moment. Now this is your kind of command control center. Now you can use this as a touchscreen, but it is only while you're in park. It does disable the touchscreen feature when you are driving, which at that point you'll become fully reliant on this little thing, which you can kind of turn it, toggle it left and right, and then of course click down to select. It's sort of like a BMW iDrive, though it works very, very well. It's very intuitive. You have tons of screens you can go through in the applications, entertainment, communication, your navigation, which obviously comes standard with this trim level, and all sorts of things. Electronic parking brake, so you just pull up when that light comes on, your parking brake is on, and when you push your foot on the brake, which you can kind of see my foot, put your foot in the brake, and then push down, that turns off the parking brake. Very, very nice. You also have your cup holders kind of nicely hidden right here. You pull this little thing back, and you have your cup holders right in there, which this car also comes with spacers you can put in there. That way you can have different heights if you hate your lids hitting. Your storage compartment's going to be right back here. It's pretty deep. You can see right here. You also have your USB auxiliary, another 12 volt, and then your SD slot, which is actually where your navigation chip will go. And then of course little cord pass-throughs right here, that way you can put your cord through without squishing it. Great quality leather. You can see it's kind of real plush, and it goes all right here, goes all through here, and then you even have these nice little kind of knee pads, which I don't know if you can see. These knee pads right here, that way on long distance trips you can kind of rest your knee on these pads, which is really just a nice touch. Your storage compartment, which is going to be in here, obviously it's going to have this real nice kind of velvet lining in it. That way it's not going to scratch up anything valuable you have in there. And specific on this trim, you have this cool little chrome bezel, which it surprisingly gives it a very quality touch. You can just hear when I open it. It has a very solid feel to it. You do have your home link, so right here you're going to have your home link and then your auto dimming mirrors. This does have the black liner, so you have a black headliner going all through here with of course your sunroof or your moonroof right there. But the all black headliner looks really nice. Now this is going to be a very small ambient lighting, so at night it kind of shines directly kind of right around here, and it gives it a nice little glow at night. It's really cool. And then of course your sun visors, which have your extension pull out, your vanity mirrors, everything like that. So now I'm gonna go hop out and show you guys the rear of the car. So the Mazda 6 is an absolutely incredible looking vehicle. I just am absolutely in love with this car. Also new for this Grand Touring Premium, of course, you do have your Napa leather all back here. Legroom is really good. Really good back here in the back. You do have your vents back here. Everything like that. And for the Grand Touring Premium, you do have heated rear seats. So you have these buttons right here, which will turn on your heated seats. 3 stages. And then they actually upped the kind of quality of this armrest to hold in the electronics and stuff right here, so it's got a lot more sturdiness to it, which is really nice. You do have LED lighting, so you can't really see it obviously because it's daytime, but you do have LED lights, so at night when you turn these lights on, it is just extremely bright and everything. So let me show you the trunk space as well, because this car has phenomenal trunk space. Right here, you're going to have your trunk release, your gas, and your engine pop. So let me pop the trunk. So if you can see, you have a ton of trunk space. You even have these little cubbies on the side that will kind of let you separate things that'll kind of fly around, anything like that. You still have your spare that comes with it. You have a lock right there in the middle, and you have your necessary equipment with your jack being right under this thing right here. So you do have your full jack kind of right back in there. You can fold the seats down, so if you pull this little thing right here on each side, it does fold the seats down, which gives you an incredible amount of room. So I'm just going to fold this one down here, just that way you can see. So with the seats down, you can see there is just a ton of room. And to give you another view of that, you can fit a lot of stuff in here. I can definitely lay myself in here. That's about how much room you have. So that is for sure. Now, I do want to go over a lot of the technology features. So this does have LED accents front and back, so I'm going to turn on the lights, which hopefully you'll be able to see even though it's daytime. Alright, so here are the LED lights, which they look incredible when you're driving this thing around. Now for that lighting I was telling you about, you can kind of see it now, but you can kind of see the light right there. It goes all along the entire bottom of the grille, and it looks absolutely incredible at night. The rear tail lights, also LEDs, have a very, very nice glow to them at night, almost like an angry kind of look to them. You have your dual exhaust right here at the bottom, and then your nice chrome accents, your spoiler right up here, and of course your backup camera, things like that. Now, like I said, the Mazda 6 gets very, very good fuel economy. It did go down slightly for 2017, so this is rated at about 37 miles per gallon. That is using unleaded 87 octane fuel, so you do not have to use premium gas in this car, which is a huge plus. Oil changes are great on here as well. You do not have to get an oil change in these Mazdas for about 7,500 miles. It is full synthetic, but you can go 7,500 miles without an oil change, and that is coming straight from the manual. So for this car, being the very fully loaded, everything that you get on here, you do have your blind spot monitoring, so there is a little ribbed pattern kind of somewhere in here, and it does light up as you are driving. If you were to blink to the left and there is someone in your left blind spot, it will actually beep inside the interior to let you know. As for some more technology stuff, you are going to have things like, I had already mentioned the radar cruise control, the lane keep assist. This does have something called IE Loop. Now, IE Loop is a signature Mazda thing, and to show you what that does, give me just a moment. Let me see here. Perfect. So here's a screen for IE Loop. What IE Loop does is there's a capacitor in this engine bay. Now, it's basically regenerative braking. So whenever you brake, it will literally show you on here the energy coming through the brakes into this little alternator thing and pushing it back into the capacitor. So what that capacitor does, it charges every single electronic on this vehicle. That way it's not sapping a lot of power from your alternator. It also adds active grille shutters, which are up front, and I will show you those in just a moment. But the active grille shutters actually close at highway speeds to help you get a little bit better fuel economy, which gives it the 37 miles a gallon. Very, very cool feature. Great technology. For the LED lights, you are going to have adaptive lighting. So what that does is it actually pivots the headlights 15 degrees left or right at nighttime driving. Very, very cool feature. This also has automatic headlights. So what automatic high beams do, automatic high beams, once you push the stalk forward, it's not doing it right now because it detects that we're in a well-lit area. But what it'll do is it'll leave your high beams on. Once it detects a car's headlights, tail lights, or once the system detects you're in a well-lit area, it will turn the high beams off and then turn them back on when it deems necessary. That is a phenomenal feature as well. You are also going to have things like, of course, your rear camera. This does have something called rear cross traffic alert, and what rear cross traffic alert does, while I put it in reverse and you're backing up, if there is someone walking behind you, or if there's a car coming from your left or right, it'll actually show 2 exclamation marks right here and here, and it'll let you know to not continue backing up because there's someone behind you. Very neat feature, especially like if you're in like a Walmart parking lot backing out, something like that. So it's very, very helpful for sure. You're also going to have a lot of safety features. So this has smart city brake support. So what smart city brake support does is once you are driving around town, let's say if you're just driving through the parking lot of a mall, there are actually sensors up here in the windshield, which I can kind of show you right here. There's sensors all right here. Now what these sensors do is it'll detect if there's someone in front of the car, basically if there's an obstacle within the path, the intended path of the vehicle. And so what it'll do, it'll actually prep the brakes to get ready for that situation. So when you're driving below about 30 miles an hour, it actually squeezes the brake pad a little bit closer to the disc, obviously not touching the disc, but just very, very close. That way, if you did have to make an emergency stop, it's a lot more immediate. Or if the system had to take over and brake for you, which this will do, if the system had to brake for you, it doesn't have a long distance travel. So that is a very, very cool feature. It also has smart brake support, which does the same thing, but at highway speeds. You also have very, very cool sensors right in here. So as you can see, this is kind of glossed over. So a lot of radars and stuff live behind that Mazda symbol, which is once again specific to the Grand Touring model. Very, very beautiful car. I literally can't stress enough how beautiful this car is. It is a phenomenal vehicle, especially with the GVectoring control now. This thing drives, dare I say, like a BMW. And if you don't believe me, I encourage you to go out and just test drive one for yourself. It is an absolute masterpiece. It is a work of art, mechanical art, and you will definitely enjoy this vehicle to the fullest, especially if you are the type of person who doesn't want to go to a SUV, but you like having a lot of space in your car. This is definitely going to do it for you. Now, as far as the motor goes, this is only one engine option throughout the entire Mazda 6 line. It is going to be our 2.5 Skyactiv G naturally aspirated motor. It makes about 184 horsepower, 186 torque. But the great thing about this motor, I will include a link in the description to kind of discuss more how our Skyactiv motors work. But to sum it up pretty quickly, it's basically a gasoline motor with the characteristics of a diesel. So this has one of the highest compression of a gas motor. It has a 13.1 compression here in the US. Now, there's a bunch of engineering that went into kind of helping prevent knock on a engine that has that high of a compression. And they were actually able to design this to run off of 81 octane fuel, which is very, very neat as well. Kind of helps the whole cost to own. Being an owner, you're not going to pay a lot to drive this car, even though it does give you a very upscale and premium feel, all maxing out at right around 35 grand. So like I said, this is once again our Mazda 2017 Mazda 6, our Grand Touring Premium. I hope I did not leave you anything out. If I did, please just mention in the comments. Also, if there are any other videos you would like to see, please do not hesitate to comment in the comment section, and I will do everything I can as soon as I can to update those videos for you guys. But I absolutely love doing this. I love showing people how great of a product the Mazda is. And I really, really hope you guys get out there and just, do some test driving and hopefully become members of the Mazda family, because it is an absolutely phenomenal brand. Thank you guys so much. Bye.